Before we begin the proceedings, I would like to acknowledge and pay my respects to the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet. I am honoured to be on the ancestral lands of the Tubagar people of the Wiradjuri Nation. I acknowledge the first Australians as the traditional custodians of the continent, whose cultures are amongst the oldest living cultures in human history. I pay my respect to the elders of the community and extend my recognition to their descendants who are present. For by having a better understanding and respect for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander cultures, develops an enriched appreciation of Australia's cultural heritage and can lead to reconciliation. This is essential to the maturity of Australia as a nation and fundamental to the development of an Australian identity as we work to instil these values and attitudes in the children of our future. I come before you to present the next pedagogically challenging, community-focused, resilience-building project, which builds on the college's motto, Bright Futures, inspiring students to realise their dreams. Without further delay, the project is based on a service learning model where the final product is a sensory garden. Furthermore, using strategies and 21st century frameworks, the capacity for success is increased. In order to develop a strategic and pedagogically challenging method to engage students in their education, this service learning will not only engage 21st century frameworks such as Art Costa's Habits of Mind and Howard Gardner's Multiple Intelligence, but also we will be harnessing the 8 Aboriginal ways of learning, linking with the key concepts of Yindamara Dure Yalabinina, which is developed from the Wiradjuri words meaning Yindimara, respect, be gentle, polite, honour, do slowly. Dure, having. Yalbaninya, speak when needed, learn. The meaning behind this process is having respect, learn. In essence, we'll be able to connect not only the theory, but in practice all 7 capabilities as they pertain to the mandatory technology plant production syllabus. The following will outline this. Literacy, by taking notes about the conversation with the elders. Writing, the procedures around how we design, plant, grow and harvest. Numeracy, teaching students about budgeting. This is no different to any other thing that we do. We all need a budget. A budget of materials and expected costs will be made available in the assessment task. Information and communication technology, in order to explain the sensory gardens and how you can do it on the computer, we use the Yates Virtual Garden to learn how we can move plants around. Creative and critical thinking. In order to develop the best place to put the plants, we have to know about the plants, and communication with the elders and key community members who love gardening will enhance this. Students will develop their critical thinking. This is also in the habits of mind work around creating, imagining and being innovative. Personal and social capability. Students will need to learn how to talk to each other and the elders and listen to them. This is a key skill I know we're working on at the school, but I can see that using service learning model will enable us to engage the students authentically in the process. Ethical understanding. We have lost so much of the Wiradjuri language. It will be important for students to be open to listening to the elders about the dilemmas that have caused this. Intercultural understanding. It's important for students to realise that in the Western world, and in Western farming, we don't know everything, and we need to be open to how other cultures have done it. As you are aware, we currently have a Christian studies teacher at the school who has been talking to the students about how they act towards each other and how they have a responsibility not only to themselves but also to the community. Furthermore, this encourages the students to explore and discover the basics of Christian life based on the Bible. Our SRE works and seeks to give every student the opportunity to understand the life and teachings of Jesus Christ, the single most influential person in the history of the world, as we develop our own commitments and worldview. As a Christian teacher in a 80% Indigenous low socioeconomic school, it's my role to ensure that I lead by example and have respect for and learn from the students so that they can learn from me as a Christian. Working with students every day is a privilege, and educating children is arguably the most important task in the world. Those who are responsible for this must be passionate, intelligent, creative and compassionate. We must be able to embrace change and aim for excellence, both personally and in our charges. We must create circumstances to educate the whole person, aiming to produce people who will be active contributors in society and leaders of the future. Therefore, following Psalm 78 verse 72, and David shepherded them with integrity of heart, with skillful hands he led them. And that is the end of my presentation.